But basically, what I'm saying is, you know, he made us forget who we was by us forgetting where we come from. We could not speak our languages. We could not speak. We could not practice our religions, our culture. Many of us had come here. We were ripped away from people that we knew. So even though a lot of us, we looked alike, we were from different tribes and we were all huddled together. Some of us who were, what do you call it? Slaves of war or such, tribes that were rivals. We were all slumped together and basically forced to forget who we was. We were forced to forget about Alkebulan. We were forced to forget about the amazing pyramids found all over Africa. We were forced to forget about the jinn, the pyramids. We were forced to forget about the great rulers, Hatshepsut, Mansa Musa, Nefertiti, Ramses. Like, the list really goes on and on for us because we have been rulers since the beginning of the days. We were the first man and woman. And so, and Africa is our home. And so, it's always been in us. The spirituality, the strength, the resiliency. You wonder why you bounce that basketball so good and why everybody claps for you. Did it ever dawn on you that you took that from an ancestor from long ago who was really maybe perhaps a good warrior? And that you're being guided by that person, by that ancestor. It's in you what was in that person, what was in that ancestor. Did you ever think that, you're a great cook? Your ancestor, she used to make amazing dinners. You feel like when you come around people, your energy uplifts people. People always calling on you for help and guidance, and you always there to, give advice. And people walk away from you feeling very happy and uplifted. Well, did you ever think that your ancestor from way, way, way back, back in the days, in the past life, they were healers. And that's in your DNA code to be a healer. They didn't take slaves from Africa. They took scientists. They took rulers. They took alchemists. They took astrologers. They took healers, high priests. They took doctors. They took dancers, drummers, artists, musicians, painters. They took all these types of people from Africa. So just know that that's where your ancestors come from. When you look back in Africa and the videos, they show you the poorly edited videos where everybody looks like they're poor and starving and hungry. If you really get back to your ancestors and you really find out about the African roots that you have, you will be amazed, I guarantee you, about the things that you could find out. I mean, we as Black people, as Aboriginal people, I want us to stop looking at it like it's hopeless for us to find out who we are, because it's not hopeless. It's not hopeless. There's so many things that I could talk to you about today, but I want to make my motions, I want to make my comments short today. I don't want to go broad. This is just something that I want to open up a discussion about. The fact that we never call on our ancestors. The fact that we were so far removed from our ancestors that we forgot that we need to call on them. That they have always been around us and that they are always around us. They are always watching us. They know more about us than we think, than we know about ourselves. They're up there. They've ascended onto the stars and they're watching us. They're guiding us and they're ready for us to help. No matter how far back removed we think that we are when we came to the Americas, they never lost us. Their eyes are with us. They are with us. They know whose we are. All we have to do is call on them. And that's pretty much the message that I felt Spirit led me to talk about, in this first message, hopefully of many. I would love to start opening up the conversation of really digressing, really, not digressing, I'm sorry, really discussing the truth about where we come from and whom we really are, because it's time that we find out. With the way the things that are going in the world, and I'm not just talking about political, I'm talking about the spiritual warfare that we're going through, that, it's not spoken of, because we are now in the age of Aquarius. We have left Pisces. So hopefully more and more will start to become revealed. And I want to open that conversation. We need to call on our ancestors. We need them now just as much as we needed them then. Way back when in Africa, when we knew of such matters. Our ancestors was not savages, contrary to popular belief. Our ancestors were definitely not savages. They were shamans. They were healers. Many deeply spiritual. Many deeply connected to the God and the source. And we need to learn that. We need to realize that our ancestors need us, that they are trying to reach us. And we are completely misguided because we are watching the idiot box, as my grandfather used to call the television. He used to call it the idiot box. And as the older I got, and the more I learned about, communications and such matters, the more I realized that it is really the idiot box. That's why they called it TV programming. But I'm not going to go into that today. I just want to basically open up the dialogue that we need to get disconnected from the program sometimes. Stop letting the program our minds. And we need to get back to the earthly matters, the material, the earthly matters. We come from dirt. We need to get back to the dirt. We need to get back to the water. We need to get back to the sunshine. We need to get back to Mother Earth. We need to get back to the ancestors. We need to call on them. They are around us just waiting on us to call on them. When we need help, God is here. The ultimate source, the universe, and the ancestors. We have so many gods that are looking at us and praying that we open our eyes. And when I say gods, I don't mean to take from the ultimate source. I don't mean to take from Al-Malik, Al-Jabbar. I don't mean to take from the ultimate source. But there are other gods here. Not as strong as the one true source. But these are gods that we can call on too. And our gods are our ancestors. When they descended from this earth, they descended into the heavens. And they are watching us. And they are waiting for us to tell our story. They are waiting on us to call on to them. To ask them about our purpose. They have our purpose. They know whom we are. I have many experiences that I could share but this, like I said again, this is just the open discussion. This is just a prerequisite to what's to come from my channel. I'm ready. The ancestors are letting me know that it is time, so it's time. It's time to wake up, my sisters and brothers. It's time to show them the way. The way is to connect back to where we come from, our ancestors. That's the only way to find out who we are. The DNA is in the Akashic records. I say it again. Our DNA, who we are and where we come from, is in the Akashic records. That's about as much time as I want to discuss with you guys today. So I thank you for listening. And hopefully you tune into more things that I would like to talk about. Eventually, I want to open up the dialogue. And I want to start to talk about things that people are afraid of talking about. I want to really speak life into things that I have actually done a lot of research on. And I guess Spirit is telling me it's time to share my knowledge with others, with the world. So that's what I'm here to do. Peace and light to you all.